Day for President Biden. There is plenty to unpack on the commemoration of 1 year into the pandemic and, of course, that massive COVID stimulus package. Our good friend, Professor Steffen Schmidt from Iowa State joins us. So, Steffen, thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Well, what do you make of tonight's speech?
Well, one of the things that was striking was, first of all, it was pretty short. He didn't torture us for a long time with all kinds of stuff. Number two, there was not a lot of politics in it. I never heard him mention Donald Trump. I never heard him mention the Republicans. He was focused pretty much completely on the implementation of the vaccine and of the stimulus. And, you know, so that was kind of a fairly disciplined approach.
And of course, the president is still within those crucial first 100 days in office on which they're heavily judged upon. So how does this set the agenda for the rest of his term?
Well, I think what's interesting is how quickly and let's say convincingly they pushed through this whole package. President Biden said he wanted to do it in a bipartisan way. It would have delayed it. We would be nowhere near a package if it was negotiated with Mitch McConnell and the Republicans in the House and Senate. And so the president decided that speed and implementation was more important than actual bipartisan support for it. And I think, you know, that's the tone that he's sort of set, and I'm guessing it's not going to change very much.
Yeah, and we did reach out to Senators Grassley and Ernst, both Republicans, for comment on the bill. Senator Grassley's office, of course, referred us to some past statements. But Senator Ernst's office said this: the process was partisan from the get-go. While I worked to make this bill better for Iowans and all Americans, it was still stuffed full of non-COVID related spending. So kind of what you would expect out of their camps to say tonight, Steffen?
Yes, it is. And of course, unemployment, people being evicted from their houses, closings of stores and businesses and bankruptcies, those are related to COVID. You know, those are the consequences of COVID. So to some extent, the Democrats can make the case that all of the stuff in that package, or much of it, is actually sort of related to the larger picture of COVID and its consequences. And, you know, I think a lot of Americans are probably going to be pretty happy to find that they're getting unemployment insurance if they're unemployed, that they're getting a stimulus check, a kind of a refund on taxes, let's say. And the public opinion polls certainly show that people generally really support this approach. We'll see how long that lasts, but at least for this moment, the Republicans are, you know, on the wrong side of it because Americans really want action.
Well, we know that in the pandemic, we're just kind of taking it on a day-to-day basis. Steffen, thank you so much for your input tonight. We always appreciate talking to you.
Thanks, Stephanie.